Commitment 2024 coverage tonight. Polls are now closed for the South Carolina primary elections.
Of course, anyone that was in line before 7 o'clock will still be allowed to vote. We are following several races across our area. One of those, the U.S. House District 4 race between incumbent William Timmons and State Representative Adam Morgan.
Another U.S. House race in the upstate is District 3. There is both a Republican and Democratic primary for that seat. On the Republican side, there are 7 candidates. And on the Democratic side, there are 2 candidates.
Again, the polls just closed, so election officials are just starting to count those votes. And we will continue to bring you updates throughout the night. We also have results running along the bottom of your screen.
And you can see results anytime on our app at WYFF4.com. Now we'll send you back to regularly scheduled programming.
Commitment 2024 coverage tonight. Results are trickling in for the South Carolina primary elections.
Before we get to a few of those races, let's check in with our Ray Urena, who's at McAllister Square, where votes are still being counted. Ray.
We have just heard from Greenville County Head of Elections, Conway Belangia, who says they have already started running into some problems, particularly with the Thornblade district. This district has about 400 plus ballots that they say need to be brought here to McAllister Square and rescanned after one of their scanners quit on them. As you can see, there's tons of these signs on the wall. This is how Greenville County is counting their votes for this election and this primary election. Again, there's a scanner that has to be quit. There's 400 ballots that need to be brought here and rescanned. Conway Belangia says that turnout was about 15% today, and we can start expecting some numbers on these walls for early voting and absentee in about 15 minutes, and turnout was at 15%. For now, live in Greenville County, Ray Urena, WYFF News 4.
All right, Ray, thank you. Now to a big race we're following, U.S. House District 4.
Incumbent William Timmons and State Representative Adam Morgan going head-to-head. Under 1% of the vote in. Right now, you see some of the results here.
Our Jane Roblo has been following this race closely. She's live in Greenville County at Adam Morgan's watch party in Greenville County. Jane.
Well, Nigel and Carol, South Carolina Freedom Caucus leader Adam Morgan is challenging the 3-term incumbent Congressman William Timmons based on the fact primarily that Timmons, he says, is not conservative enough. Now, Timmons has had endorsements from former President Donald Trump, and then yesterday, Governor Henry McMaster and Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette came from Columbia to Greenville for a big rally to try and get out the vote for Timmons. They are endorsing him. But Adam Morgan tells me that he has endorsements from U.S. Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, also Greenville County Sheriff Hobart Lewis, and he says he has more local endorsements, county council members, legislators, school board members. He said these are people who know him, and he feels like those endorsements count a lot. Also, both candidates are telling us today that they're standing on the merits of what they have done. William Timmons in Congress, Adam Morgan in the South Carolina House. He has served there for 3 consecutive terms. He could run for that seat again, as well as running for the 4th district, but he is not. He is only running for this one race. William Timmons tonight is back in Washington, D.C. We're told by his campaign that he has business, official business in D.C., so that's why he is back there tonight. So we will catch both sides of this race tonight from the Morgan headquarters. Also tonight, it's important to mention that the winner of this primary will face Democrat Catherine Harvey in November. Live in Greer, Jane Roblo, WYFF News 4.
All right, Jane, thank you. And we will continue to bring you the latest results at the top of the hour. We also have results at the bottom of your screen.
You can see results anytime on our app or at WYFF4.com. Now we send you back to regularly scheduled programming.
Commitment 2024 coverage tonight. We continue sharing results for the South Carolina primary elections.
A closely watched race is U.S. House District 3. Brian Best is the projected winner on the Democratic side tonight. Here you see 62% of the vote. He has 63% to Francis Gildner's 37%.
Meanwhile, 7 candidates are duking it out to be on the November ballot. You see 4 of them here and 3 of them here. Our Stephanie Trotter is with Sherry Biggs' campaign in Anderson at Truckers Restaurant.
Stephanie, what's the mood there?
Do you know what? It's been pretty exciting tonight. Several dozen folks are here. They started gathering right when the polls closed. Lieutenant Colonel Sherry Biggs joins me now herself. When we spoke earlier, you were hoping to win this race outright. Now tonight you've been pinballing back and forth for the lead. What are you thinking at this point in the night?
Oh, it's been an exciting day. I'm super excited about the way things are going. But, you know, regardless of the results of this race, I have met some wonderful people and had a great day. And I just can't tell the voters and all the people who have supported me how grateful I am. It's been very exciting.
Well, we're going to be here throughout the night to see how things goes. What's interesting about this district is it covers all or part of 11 different counties. A lot of rural areas in South Carolina, but also some larger cities. So it's a lot of different constituents that are casting their opinions. And we're going to be following up, letting you know what happens across the evening. Reporting live in Anderson, I'm Stephanie Trotter. Back to you, Nigel, Carol.
Stephanie, thank you very much. To some county races now. Greenville County Sheriff's race here. You can see with 4% reporting, Hobart Lewis has 84% of the vote.
To the Spartanburg County Sheriff's race, incumbent Sheriff Chuck Wright, 83% of the vote to Nick Duncan, 17%, 60% of the vote in there.
And in the Pickens County Sheriff's race, you can see with 66% of the vote in, Tommy Blankenship has 38% to Chuck James' 29% and David Harrison's 27%.
Let's check out the Lawrence County Sheriff's race, 66% of the vote in here. Michael Aaron Ticknor and Damon Hubbard tied at 3% of the vote. We will continue to bring you the latest results, of course, at the top of the hour. We also have the results on the bottom of your screen.
And you can see results anytime on our app at WYFF4.com. We'll now send you back to regularly scheduled programming.
In the past hour, we've learned 2 Republicans in the U.S. House District 3 race will head to a runoff. Those 2 are Mark Burns and Sherry Biggs. Here you see the results with 86% of the vote reporting. One of them will face Brian Best, the projected winner on the Democratic side.
Let's get a quick check of the results for U.S. House District 4. Incumbent Congressman William Timmons and State Representative Adam Morgan. You can see with 56% of the vote in. William Timmons right now with 54% of the vote.
We are following 2 big races in Spartanburg County. In the sheriff's race, with 99% of the precincts reporting, incumbent Chuck Wright will keep his seat as sheriff of Spartanburg County.
Our Tiniqua Penix is live in Spartanburg County with more on that race and State Senate District 12. State Senate District 12.
Well, good evening, Nigel. Sheriff Chuck Wright faced a challenge in this year's election against former Spartanburg County Corporal Nick Duncan. Now, Sheriff Chuck Wright received more than 80% of the votes. Sheriff Wright has been in office for 20 years. He held his watch party at Roadhouse Restaurant in Inman tonight, where he had a lot of supporters there. Now, going to the race for Senate Seat 12, it's still up in the air. A candidate needs 50% of the votes to win, and right now, Lee Bright is leading the way at 36.7%, and Roger Nutt has 24.6%. We'll have more on both of these races tonight at 11. For now, reporting live in Spartanburg, Tiniqua Penix, WYFF News 4.
Tiniqua, thank you. In the race for Greenville County Sheriff, with 25% of the vote in, Hobart Lewis with 83% to Mike Fortner's 17%. The incumbent, Hobart Lewis, gave a victory speech just a few minutes ago. We will hear from him at 11 o'clock.
In Pickens County, the sheriff's race is headed to a runoff. You can see the results here with 100% of the vote in. Tommy Blankenship with 38% will face Chuck James with 29% of the vote. Make sure to tune in to WYFF News 4 at 11. We will have full results, plus political analysts on the significance of today's election.
You can see results anytime on our app or at WYFF4.com. We also have results on the bottom of your screen. Now we'll send you back to regularly scheduled programming.